Yo YouTube, the name's Chris and I had problems with Spelunky. This is a previous run I had, as you can probably tell from the sped up section right away. I decided to speed up the entire first floor, simply because this was a pretty long floor, to be honest with you. 4 minutes for the first floor, and here's the first cut, because I need the ghost right away. But this was a pretty long floor, as I said, and let me tell you, this first floor was insane. Look at all the gems down there. This is ridiculous. This is the best floor by far, the best first floor I've ever had in my entire Spelunky career. And I was praying to the Spelunky gods when I got this first floor. I was praying, first of all, that the rest of the seed would be as amazing as this first floor, and second of all, that I would make it through, because that's always a big concern when playing Spelunky, of course. Surviving. Anyway, couldn't have ghosted that ruby unless I had used a bomb of some sorts, and even then I'm not sure if I could have done it. But look at this, there's plenty of gems, so I don't really care about that one gem, and I don't want to take any risks on a run like this where I waste a bomb on the first floor and end up not making it to the City of Gold or something like that. And I need my 4 bombs. I want my 4 bombs so I can be more or less sure I'll make it to the city, not to the City of Gold, to the black market, and thus to the City of Gold, of course. But as you can see, I'm at 50 grand already, and there's a few more gems to come in the bottom right corner, and there's also going to be a sapphire in that pot there. So this is a pretty eventful floor, a pretty eventful first floor. I mean, there can be altars and there can't be shops and stuff like that, so for a first floor this was pretty good. And as you can see, after those 2 gems I'm at over 70 grand, which is a lot more than my best first floor. Like, the best I've ever gotten at this point was 55k. Speaking of 55, the time on this was 55k, and now I have 70, so this is obviously a massive improvement. And I hope the rest of the seed gets as good as this. So I'm praying for a good job here, obviously. And I'm deciding if I take this ruby or not, and I ultimately decide not to scout ahead if I can get back up with little to no effort. And I think I'm going back for the ruby now. I should go back for... oh no! I see the climbing gloves, obviously. Obviously that means I can get back up. That means I'm able to get back up in combination with a shotgun, so I don't need to waste ropes. Plus there's also ropes here, so I don't really need to worry about those. There's a giant spider, which is pretty convenient, because that means I'm going to get paste early, so I won't have to worry. I won't have to worry about my bombs at all at this point, because I have 16 bombs and I have paste, so I can achieve everything I want with minimum effort. So as soon as I get huge at I plan on bombing all the gems I can find, all the double gems at least I can find, and there's pretty conveniently there's also the vault here, which means that is one less thing to worry about, obviously. Now I'm thinking quite a while, as you can see, as to where to put this bomb, and I ultimately decide this is the perfect place for it. In hindsight, I think I should have placed it like a little bit lower, but in the end it didn't really matter. It cost me 2 bombs. I was just afraid of that block crushing something I don't want it to, or protecting the shopkeeper in some weird way, or something like that, but it luckily didn't do that. So I feel I do still have time. I didn't even check the timer here, which surprises me now going back and watching this, because usually I always check the timer. Like, if the ghost comes in at the top of the level, I'm pretty much screwed out of this vault. So I'm really surprised I did go for all the stuff up there too. Anyway, I did cut here until the ghost came. I did skip the ghost message on this floor, so you might have not noticed that I did cut ahead, but I did. So there's quite a few gems outside of this vault again, 4 to be exact. There's one at the top floor, and I'm obviously going for those. And this run looks good so far. I mean, granted I do have the vault, but I'm still going to have quite a bit of money considering this first floor, considering I already have the vault. I am however not really sure if I missed that ruby at the top level now that I watched this. But I probably don't. I hope I don't. This run is a while. It's been a while since I did this. I think it was December 22nd or 23rd. Not 100% sure about that. And oh no, I go for the ruby. That is nice. That is good. So it's been a while. So this is post commentary, but it's almost as if it was blind, because I don't remember most of the stuff that happened in this run. I mean, I do know I don't want to spoil anything actually, even though you do probably read from the title where this run goes to anyway. This was a pretty good run. Yeah, I do die in a pretty stupid way. But that, I think that doesn't prevent the run from being exciting or something like that. It was a pretty cool run. I would have loved to make it to hell. I mean, as you can tell from the title, this obviously didn't make it to hell. And I just remembered I did get this head. So there's another 2 gems for me, the ghost, which is pretty nice. They just keep coming here. Look at how many gemstones the game is throwing at me in the seed. It's just crazy. Like whenever I break open a pot, there's basically a gem in it. I don't know how long this goes. I'm not 100% sure. Do I activate this arrow trap? Was it activated? I have no idea. Probably should have whipped that gold so it activates the arrow trap, but whatever. So I'm getting my idol, trying to get the ghost out of the way, and this is pretty good. 185, 186 after the first floor with a vault is pretty good. Now usually when you get a vault on the second floor you have around, I think, 150 or 160. So 180 is pretty okay. It's decent. I've had more, I've had less. I've had a lot less actually. I didn't have much more. But this is okay. So basically what I want now is either a jetpack or a snake pit level or some kind of Maddox for the most part, because Maddox translate to pure gold, obviously. Translate to a lot of gold. And I need the Jedi as soon as I get the Maddox, obviously. But it's pretty okay. So this was the second floor. We are halfway through the mines, and at this point I think you might have seen in the title too that this is going to be split into 3 parts, because all in all my video footage is over, oh my god, arrow trap. My video footage is over 2 hours long, and I did speed up some parts, so all in all I'm at a 1.5 hour run, and I don't think anyone wants to sit through that in its entirety, so I'm going to split this up in 3 parts. Also, I don't feel like commentating over 1.5 hours in one sitting. I mean, it's pretty tedious just sitting there for 90 minutes basically and talk and talk and talk, and you easily run out of things to say, let's be honest here, after 1.5 hours. So we get the Jedi on the 3rd floor, and that means we don't have anything to worry about at this point. I remembered there's Sapphire in the bottom right corner there, because that means I need to quickly go there. Here I have a 3 for the price of 1 situation, where I can use 1 bomb to get access to 3 gems, 2 of which were hidden in the wall. So there's another shop here, which is cool, because that means, first of all, I'm going to get a lot of new stuff that I need. I didn't really see what was in there. I think while doing this run I did see it. I didn't pay attention now, to be honest with you. And also the shopkeeper is going to give me a good 2 grand, which is nice, because 2,000 is always appreciated. Oh, bomb box. That's pretty optimal actually. So I'm just killing the shopkeeper from here, because that is the safest thing to do. 15 bombs is not bad, and there's also a parachute, like the biggest run savers in existence, obviously. Parachute. I've joked a lot about it in the last episode, about how I always say parachutes are the run savers, and yet there's definitely going to be an episode where parachute saves my run, and I get hit here another time, which kind of sucks. Like looking back at this, I really wonder how I made it through this. There's another situation where I can get 2 gems for a bomb, which I'm definitely going to do. I'm just going to line myself up perfectly at this point. And I hear the shopkeeper is dead, and look at this, look at those 2 sapphires, that's another 2 for the price of 1 situation. And there's another one coming up, so really, the amount of gems, as I said, the amount of gems the game threw at me in this run is ridiculous. So I'm back in time to ghost the sapphire, and the ghost just appears. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, I didn't even have to cut this. I was just perfectly timed with the ghost. This was all planned, of course. Anyway, there's a lot of gems. There's a good 20 grand on the top level alone. So it's pretty cool. I wanted to go down there, as you could have seen, as you might have seen, but I decided to just get those 2. And there's a parachute saving me. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing how a parachute can save your entire life in a Spelunky run. Because, like, mostly it's just such a useless item. That is my point to get across here. But it saved me. Like, were it not for that parachute, I would have been dead, and I would have been so sad. So sad to have missed this great seed. But it did save me, and all the jokes, like, I guess I can't joke about parachutes now anymore, right? Because it officially happened. The parachute saved my run. Whatever. So there's another 4 gems here. It's pretty amazing, as I said. I can't get over how amazing this run is, to be honest with you. I think you might have noticed at this point. Excuse me. You might have noticed at this point that this seed was amazing indeed. And as you can see, I'm going to be well over 230 after this one. 240. Oh my god, that's getting even better. So normally I would throw the damsel here, so I get through the level faster, but since I'm at 1 health, I think I decided it was for the best to safely get the damsel into the exit. So there's another 4 gems. It's pretty cool what you can do with all those bombs. And it's pretty cool how pretty much perfectly the game aligned those gems for me to bomb them. I have yet to see the legendary 4 gem bomb, but I'm sure that will happen someday. But I had 2 or 3 instances now where I used 1 bomb to get 3 gems. So I think it's just a matter of time until I use 1 bomb to get 4. Anyway, we're about to finish this floor. 266 is pretty good. We're falling a bit behind compared to those snake pit level runs, but it's pretty good though. So the next floor was pretty long, I think about 7 minutes, and I decided to speed up the pre-ghosting section because I don't think that is too spectacular. In hindsight, I probably should have done it the other way around, but I can't change it now. Like, the video's processed, so whatever. I sped up the preparation and me fighting all the shopkeepers. And I pretty much should have done it the other way around, because with the ghost I'm just running around. Here I'm fighting shopkeepers. I'm sorry, but that's just the way I did it. So here's a hired hand, and if you noticed, about a few seconds ago he picked up an emerald for me already, and I decided that man has to die before he collects all the gems that I want to ghost so desperately. So here, this one was pretty stupid too. Look how much I went away from my shotgun with angry shopkeepers potentially being around the corner. So I don't know what I thought there, but it went well. So I'm trying to bomb my way through so I can throw bombs at this guy. And this guy actually takes me, I think, 4 or 5 bombs to kill. First of all, I missed this one. Let's count. This was the second one I don't hit. This is the third I don't hit. He hits himself somehow. 4th bomb, and the 5th is going to stick him, I think. Boom. Yeah. Shopkeeper gone. And I'm gonna quickly get the damsel, align those gemstones down there, because I want them to be in good positions, like so. And I'm gonna be cutting out until the ghost comes. So, oh my god, why did the screen turn black? I don't know. Whatever. So Ghost is here, and first of all he's going to go for my hired hand. Or is he? Nope. Oh, he doesn't go for that hired hand. I know he goes for live ones if they are closer to her. I mixed up the genders already again. I know she goes for hired hands if they are closer to her, but apparently not. She doesn't go for dead hired hands. So that's interesting to know. Also, I wonder if I sacrifice this. There's an altar, there's a shit ton of corpses around here, and I think I could have gotten a Kapala here if I didn't get the damsel to the exit, but I'm getting pretty close in this one, I think. Anyway, I do realize I want to get to that altar here. And also there's a gem on the way, which is pretty convenient because I had to go there anyway. I didn't have to go there, but I decided it was for the best. Like that first sacrifice on the altar is always so important, because sacrificing something on the altar always increases your chance of further altars spawning in later levels. So I definitely want to get at least one sacrifice. I would have definitely bombed in there just to sacrifice a dead shopkeeper, even though that would basically have gotten me nothing. But it would have given you the bonus of having a higher chance of encountering an altar in the future. Also there's an idol, I don't know if I noticed, so that usually also makes for a pretty long floor. So stay tuned for ghosting shenanigans. Anyway, there's a lot more gems as you can see, and I want to get all of those. And I'm thinking about how to do this the best way, because there's also one gem down where those two shopkeepers are lying. So I need to get the ghost down there without her killing me here. And I don't quite know how to do that. And I ultimately decide not to care for that one gem. And as you can see, the ghost almost gets me there. Which is kinda amazing how I got out of there again. Anyway, I like getting a Kapala. I would feel a lot safer obviously at this point. And as you can see from the score, this is going to be a 300k mines, which is pretty good, which is almost the best I've ever had. It's definitely the best I've ever had not encountering a Matic. That is pretty important to note here. Like, I had 350,000 mine runs, but in those I had 2 Matics. I had 2 Snake Pit levels and had 350 after the mines. So 300 without encountering a single Matic is pretty amazing. And I even get a cape here, so I'm springing shoes away from being mobile as I want to be here. Because as I might have suggested, as I might have mentioned in earlier episodes, I either want the combination of cape, climbing gloves, and spring shoes, or a thing. What is it called? Or a jetpack, obviously. And I think I accidentally put this idol in the exit. Now that I look at it, yeah, I did jump over the exit here, but I think I don't think about it here. Yeah, I accidentally put the idol in the exit, which is another wasted 5 grand. But I guess I can live with it. So this gem might be the last action. No, there's a crate down there. I'm definitely getting that. I'm sure about that. So that crate might be the last action of me on this floor, and then we're on to the jungles. But I'm not 100% sure. There might. Oh my god! I remember. Yeah, I would like. Well, I open this crate and leave the level, but then a Matic. then a Matic happens. Yeah, I didn't. Now that I see it, I remember it. You can't say no to a Matic. You can't say no to the greatness that is a Matic. Because as I said earlier, Matics translate into a lot of money. And now looking at it, this is going to be my best mines ever. Obviously, because I have a Matic. So I'll either leave this floor with more than 350k, either that, or I leave the floor with less than 350 and have a Matic, which is in itself worth a good 80 to 100 grand, depending on how long it lasts. So it's pretty good. There's another sapphire I want to get myself, and I'm pretty slow about this. I don't know. I wasn't playing that well. I mean, it was obviously was enough to not die here, but I wasn't playing that well. I wasn't really feeling the plays here, but it worked out. That is the most important part. Yeah, and this is going to be 325 because there's not really many gems that are in a convenient position here. So I'll just decide, I guess, to take the Matic with me. Can't imagine I'm maticking anymore here, because that is really, yeah, those are bad locations for maticking. Because, like, look at this, you'll need like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matic uses if you do it correctly. If you do it absolutely correctly, which is kind of unlikely, to be honest. So anyway, just taking a last tour through this floor to see what I can get. Obviously gonna get this gem, 330. I'm thinking about getting there, but I really can't without using a bomb, and I decide it's not worth it. So I'm just going here. There's a tunnel man. I'm obviously not giving that guy money, because I think that subtracts from your high score. Obviously the tunnel man is always there, simply because I always reset my game after unlocking the robot ones. And if I don't have the robot, if the tunnel man is still there, I usually don't pay him. So that's a pretty good start looking at this. There's 2 instances where I can get 2 gems for the price of 1 bomb. I decide only to get a sapphire for some reason. I have no idea. I should have used the bomb from below there, but whatever. And I think there's a cut happening in a few seconds because I got interrupted. I remember something along those lines. I think I'm pausing the game in a few seconds. So just so you know, I just got interrupted, had to do something while doing this run, which I generally don't mind, because I think taking a break during the run is not the worst thing to do. So there's an altar here, and I also got 1 present from Kali, so that pretty much means I'm almost guaranteed to get a Kapala here. I would have loved to sacrifice this man trap. If I had hit that thing from the left side, that would have been a lot better for me. So I'm trying to align myself right here, because if I do it correctly, I can get those 2 gems plus all the gold in this wall. So I was just making sure I would get all of this, which was pretty important and pretty good, to be honest with you. I mean, I did that correctly. That's the thing, right? Doing things correctly. Now I decide this this tiki trap is pretty dangerous here, and I decide to get rid of the top half, which I still think is a good decision. Also, I have to keep in mind that I'm on the jungle, so the black market might be coming in this level, might be coming in the next one. Like, no matter what, I'll have to make sure that this matic is done as soon as I enter the black market, because, like, I don't mind going to the next floor with a matic, I don't mind killing shopkeepers with bombs, but I won't enter the black market with a matic equipped. I want a shotgun for the black market, pretty much. At least if shopkeepers are angered, which is pretty much always. And there's the black market, pretty conveniently. There's also a shopkeeper, and I have the catcher's mitt, which I didn't think about, because if I had thought about, I just could have stuck the shopkeeper with a bomb there. And that's going to bite me, because the ghost is already here. And now I have to deal with 2 shopkeepers and a ghost, which is kinda bad, which is pretty bad actually. But oh, this makes for an interesting floor, I guess. So I have the ghost behind me, as well as shopkeepers, angry shopkeepers at the bottom floor. 2 of them, 2 shopkeepers. So let's see how I deal with those. I think I'm just throwing a bunch of bombs down there. Don't know how many. Boy, it should work out. It should work out. I mean, this video, after all, this episode is going to be 1.5 hours. So I assume I'm not dying here, basically. So there's more ghosting, and I decided to bomb this for whatever reason. I think I had something else planned. Like, I definitely didn't have planned what happened there. No idea. Oh, and this is where I cut. I know it was in the top right corner. So there's going to be a pause here, right? There's going to be a pause and a cut, and we continue. I had something to do. I don't know what, but it must have been important, I guess. So shopkeepers are still alive, and those guys concern me. Those guys obviously concern me, and because those guys concern me, I try not to worry about them too much. So I decide to bomb this, because I have no idea. Because now I just fucked myself out of 1 more gem to ghost, namely the sapphire that just jumped to the left of the screen. So there's the shopkeepers, and I still don't know what to do. I think I can throw down bombs there, and I do throw down bombs here because I saw the black market, and I was like, well, if I miss, I will at least have got the black market opened, and that's exactly what happened. This video goes until I enter the black market. By the way, I thought I was keeping the tension, I guess, by not showing the black market in this video already, because that is pretty much the most crucial floor on a run, in my opinion at least. First of all, you get the Ankh. You get the Ankh, and now I desperately try to ghost as many gems as I can, which is kind of going well, to be honest with you. I can get that emerald, and I think I might have gotten that ruby at the far left if I could have won it, but I think I didn't do it for some reason. Like doing the same thing again, basically. I could have gotten that ruby, but I don't, which is a wasted, I think, 3.4? I have no idea. I can't resist that sapphire next to the tiki trap though. No way I'm going to resist any kind of money in this game. I'm dying more because of money than because of anything else, to be honest with you. Because like, if there's a gold bar, if it's only worth 100 bucks, I'm getting it. I'm getting it or I'm dying. Anyway, I'm looking for the shopkeepers here. I don't see them, which kind of worries me. And for some odd reason, I just throw a bomb down there. I don't really know what the purpose of that bomb was, but it certainly didn't do what it was supposed to do. There is one shopkeeper dead, which is pretty convenient, and I decide to blow a hole in here, I think, because that allows me, to deal with a shopkeeper a little easier. So I started with 21 bombs, I think. I wasted 3, or let's say 2, because one of them I needed anyway to bomb the black market open. So I'm trying to get in there, and I obviously fail. Now I have an easy time throwing bombs down there, and I hope I don't waste too many more. I really hope I don't waste too many more, because I need those bombs for further gems. So I'm watching the shopkeeper closely. I'm trying to concentrate here, and I didn't stick him. And unfortunately, he didn't even got hit by the first explosion. But very conveniently, he gets stunned, and as you could see, I did use my chance here to stick him with a bomb. So I know the black market is here, and I know I have to get rid of those Matic uses, because as I said, I'm not taking the Matic with me to black market when the shopkeepers are angry. So I'm just mining all the gold I can find, all the gems I can find. I'm starting with the gems and the big gold bars, and I'm continuing with the small ones if I can. I think I do definitely use this Matic up, obviously, because that is not really a hard thing to do. There's 2 more gems for me to get. I think I only ghost one of those. It's pretty obvious I'm only ghosting one of those. Yeah, I mean, there's almost no way I could probably get that ruby in the bottom left corner, but there's no way I'm getting the emerald. Anyway, I still have a lot of ghosting to do here. I mean, there's 2 shopkeepers, and I think Damsel is still alive as well. So I want my Kapala on this floor, obviously. I mean, Kapala obviously does nothing on the black market, because every hit is insta-kill. But on further floors, the Kapala is such a good asset. Such a good thing to have. Also, the ghost got me there almost. Almost. But I managed to escape. Also, I think at this point I'm going down there because I'm thinking of sacrificing the damsel. Like, I'm no expert at how much favor those things all give you, but just count how many corpses I sacrificed on this floor, and it just won't give me the Kapala, which is kind of ridiculous. I think I should have it like after this caveman or one shopkeeper, I think. So I have a feeling the game just didn't want me to give Kapala here, but I really felt I should have gotten it by now. I still think I should have gotten it by now. Just I sacrificed 2 tiki mans, 2 cavemen, I think. So that's 4 corpses. And the Kapala just won't appear. I don't understand sometimes. But that's probably because I never looked into favor system in detail. That pretty much seems to be the reason. Anyway, the rest of this floor is pretty much me ghosting. I mean, the gems are almost all gone. And I think... yeah, the matic is almost completely used. But I'm obviously clearing this matic as well. I'm not leaving the floor until the matic's used up. Obviously. Just as well as I'm not leaving the floor before I have a Kapala. I mean, I still had the damsel to sacrifice, obviously. So I wasn't really too much concerned, but I really think I should have gotten it on the last caveman. Whatever. Maybe I should look into the favor system, I don't know. So getting back to my Kapala, I don't think I'm sacrificing any more here. I'm not 100% sure. I probably should sacrifice more, but I don't. So there's a lot of gold on the left side, and there's also a gem here. And I'm getting all of those. I'm definitely getting those. Oh my god. Watching me sometimes really makes me nervous, to be honest. That's just such risky... it looks so risky sometimes. Like when you watch it, it really creeps me out. Whatever. So I'm gonna have a good 400 after this floor, which is pretty good. 400 after 2-1 is pretty nice. So I'm satisfied with that. And quickly decide to grab some gold here. So yeah, I'm out of words, to be honest with you. I don't know if you noticed, but this is really only me running around here trying to get the best out of my matic. There's not really anything to say about it I haven't said already. So I'm getting all the gold here on the left side. I'm thinking about getting those two small gold things in the bottom left corner, but I remember there were some big ones up here which I want to get first, obviously, because those yield more money and I want to get the most I can out of this matic. So I'm going up there. I don't really know why. I guess in hopes of finding something better than what I had over there. I can't get to that, obviously. Getting those gold bars, and I'm over 400, which is pretty good, obviously. It's really, really good. And the floor is almost done, I believe. Some more things to get here. I'm thinking about going to those gems, or to this gem. I mean, I would have to use a bomb for the emerald over there. Now I'm thinking about how to ghost this sapphire there, and it really gives me some trouble, I guess. Boy, I mean, eventually I get it, obviously. So I'm using my matic not only to free the gems now, but to get access to places where I can ghost those. That's how desperate I am. That's how desperate I am to use up my matic at this point. I don't know how many uses a matic usually lasts on average, but I think this one did serve me really well. That one lasted really long. Also, the ghost gets me there almost again, which is kind of scary looking back at it, obviously. I really don't know why I'm always cutting it that close. So there's more gold, and the matic perfectly breaks as soon as I get this gold. So my matic is used up. I can rest in peace now, pretty much. I forgot that diamond on the right, but I'm leaving.